private jet crash in India claimed the life of Neo Matsunyane, a name once intertwined with South Africa's most beloved actress, Connie Ferguson. Sudden tragedies change everything in a blink. Today, we uncover the untold story behind Neo's final moments, the aftermath for Connie, and what this loss means for the shared legacy. Stay tuned for surprising details no one expected. What do you think is the most overlooked challenge families face after sudden tragedy? Comment below your thoughts and experiences. The private jet carrying Neo Matsunyane plunged suddenly, caught in a deadly spiral just hours ago over Indian skies. Eyewitnesses describe a frightening sequence: flames licking the fuselage, frantic calls, and a final deafening silence. Emergency teams scrambled against time, but the crash site told a grim story. For those who knew Neo personally or through his ties to South Africa's entertainment world, this was a sudden and shocking loss. In moments, a life journey was brutally interrupted thousands of miles from home, sparking a wave of disbelief and sorrow that echoes far beyond the tragedy's immediate scene. Neo Matsunyane's life was more than headlines and relationships. He was a man of passions few knew well. Beyond the spotlight, Neo quietly pursued several entrepreneurial ventures and nurtured close friendships that spoke of his generosity and resilience. His circle describes a humble individual who balanced ambition with grounded values. This duality of public figure and private man creates a complicated image, especially in times of grief when the world demands a narrative. Understanding Neo's fuller life helps us appreciate the human complexities behind public figures, often reduced to mere names in breaking news. What role did Neo and Connie Ferguson's past relationship play in shaping their individual careers? Their union once symbolized one of South Africa's power couples, a blend of talent and charisma that captivated audiences. Though their paths diverged, the professional and emotional footprints they left on each other remain undeniable. The impact of shared history can ripple through future choices and personal growth. Observing how both have navigated life post-separation offers a lens into resilience, healing, and evolving nature of relationships under public scrutiny. Recently, Connie Ferguson posted a heartfelt tribute to Neo on social media, sparking an outpouring of emotion from fans and colleagues alike. Her words were brief but laden with grief and respect, a poignant reminder of their past bond and shared memories. Social platforms, while powerful tools for connection, also expose mourners to public scrutiny and sometimes unwelcome attention. Connie's tribute stands as a delicate balance between honoring loss and managing a public persona in real time, highlighting the modern complexity celebrities face when expressing private pain in a digital age. Sudden death tests the very fabric of mental and emotional well-being, throwing survivors into chaos. Experts recommend grounding strategies, structured routines, seeking counseling, and leaning on trusted support networks to navigate this storm. The shock can disrupt everyday functioning and obscure decision-making, making practical coping mechanisms vital. Awareness of grief stages helps families understand their own responses and fosters compassion. These methods underscore the importance of proactive mental health care in the aftermath of tragedy, shaping how individuals and communities rebuild their lives from loss. This tragic crash has reignited discussions about private aviation safety, particularly in India, where air travel has grown exponentially. Statistically, private jets carry a higher risk per flight hour compared to commercial airlines due to varying maintenance standards and pilot experience. Aviation safety experts note gaps in regulatory oversight and infrastructure challenges that contribute to such incidents. The global rise in private jet use calls for heightened safety protocols and transparency. Neo's death shines a harsh light on these realities, urging travelers and regulators alike to re-examine risk assessments and demand accountability in the skies. What kind of legacy did Neo Matsunyane leave for his children and loved ones? Legacy is not merely about public achievements, but the intangible influence on family values, memories, and future generations. Neo's children now carry the weight of his absence, navigating grief while inheriting the stories, lessons, and traits he imparted. Legacy also shapes how society remembers a person, blending fact and emotion into collective memory. Understanding how Neo's life will be honored offers insight into the deeper human desire to be remembered beyond headlines. The South African entertainment industry responded with overwhelming sorrow. Colleagues, friends, and fans flooded social media with condolences, sharing memories and celebrating Neo's contributions both on and off camera. This collective mourning reveals the powerful role community plays during times of loss, binding individuals through shared pain and respect. Support networks often expand beyond immediate family in the entertainment world, reflecting an extended family united by experience and empathy. This communal grief underscores how loss can paradoxically strengthen human connections in even the darkest hours. Connie Ferguson's faith has been a cornerstone throughout her life, and in this time of intense sorrow, it shines as a source of strength. Friends close to her reveal that prayer and spiritual reflection have offered her moments of peace amid the storm. Faith, for many, provides a framework to understand loss and offers hope beyond the visible world. In Connie's case, her spirituality is not just private. It informs how she processes grief publicly and privately. This blend of belief and resilience reveals how deeply personal faith can shape coping mechanisms when tragedy strikes unexpectedly. Preparing for the unexpected is an uncomfortable truth few want to face until forced. Yet, having emergency plans, wills, and clear communication with loved ones can drastically ease the chaos when disaster hits. Experts emphasize small, practical steps, like documenting important contacts and insurance details, that can make all the difference. These preparations aren't morbid, but empower families to focus on healing instead of legal or logistical confusion. Neo's sudden death highlights the fragile nature of life and the importance of readiness as a gift we can give ourselves and those we love. Media attention on grieving families can be relentless, with public figures like Connie Ferguson caught in a storm of curiosity and speculation. Behind the scenes, families often struggle to maintain privacy while responding to the public's insatiable demand for information. This constant exposure can complicate the mourning process, adding stress to already fragile emotions. Managing this delicate balance requires strategic communication and strong personal boundaries. The pressure to share or shield grief is a modern dilemma that many celebrities and public families face, revealing new dimensions of vulnerability in an age of instant news. How do sudden deaths of public figures impact their artistic legacies? The line between memory and myth blurs quickly, with fans and media often idealizing or vilifying those lost too soon. South Africa's history is filled with artists whose untimely deaths sparked waves of tribute, reinterpretation, and sometimes controversy. Neo Matsunyane's death is more than a headline. It's a stark reminder of life's fragility. In the span of a heartbeat, a vibrant presence can be silenced, leaving only memories, unfinished plans, and the echo of laughter now gone. For Connie Ferguson, their family, and the countless friends and colleagues who shared his journey, this loss carved a wound that words can only partly heal. Yet within this darkness lies a call to hold those we love a little closer, to speak the words we often delay, and to live with urgency and purpose. Because tomorrow is never promised, and every moment truly matters.